Hello everybody, it's Rennari. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be the question and answer Q&A video. Obviously I announced this on my 1000 subscriber thank you and announcement video, so I'll have that up here if you want to go watch that. I just had a couple of things I wanted to talk about in that video and was asking you guys for some questions, and thankfully some of you did want to ask me some questions, which is awesome. It's kind of that weird thing where it's like, I know some of you are interested, but I don't want to just assume everybody is interested in learning more about me. I'm always interested in learning more about you guys, so thank you to everybody that left questions and answered them as well, like told me your favorite things, and I got to learn a bit more about you guys. In this video, if there's any questions that you want to answer, I would be happy to read them, of course, in the comments. I'm always reading the comments. It's getting a little bit harder to respond to every single person, but I am reading them. If I like your comment, then that means that I have read it. So please don't be a stranger. Comment down below so that I can interact with you guys, and I'll do my best to answer everybody as usual. So I don't know how long this is going to be, so I'm going to break it down into sections in the description. So if there's only specific things that you want to know about, I'll have those categories, I guess, of questions down below, so you can just skim through, or you can watch the whole thing. And I have taken everybody's questions and put them into categories, so I'm not sure who asked what now, but I do have that all listed on my own, so I know who's who. And here are all the people that asked questions. So thank you very much to everybody that did that. I appreciate it so much. I love you guys. Let's go. So I guess we should start with some basics about me. So my name is Rennari. Is it my real name? No, it's just a name that I created for this channel. It's weird. When I first started this, I didn't think revealing my name would be a thing that I would be worried about doing. I'm not worried about it. It doesn't matter to me at all. Like, some of you do know my name, but for now, I think it's just kind of cool that you guys are the only ones in my life that call me Rennari, and it feels like this weird special thing. But Rennari actually comes from my middle name, which is Renee, which I always used online, and it's kind of weird, but there is this goddess in the Legend of Zelda video game called Nehru, and she is the goddess of wisdom and everything, and I love her so much, her character, and just her effect on the story. So I was kind of blending that with Reneru, and that didn't sound right. And then I named my Animal Crossing village Ziori, completely on a whim. I have no idea what it means. I have no idea where it came from. It was just like, I don't know. It was totally random. So I kind of blended them all together, and we got Rennari, and that has been what I've been sticking with on this channel. How old am I? I am 23 years old, so my birthday is July 13th, 1997, so 97 liner with JK and Lisa from Blackpink, as well as other 97 liners. That makes me a Cancer. I had a question about horoscopes. I know my horoscope. I don't know anybody else's horoscope. I know Cancers are very emotional, very compassionate, love. It's all feeling based. And so I know about myself, and I believe that about myself. Like, my horoscope does fit me, but I don't know anything else about anybody else's horoscope, really. I know a bit about Aries and a bit about Gemini, but not too much. I'm not too involved in horoscopes. Maybe when I was a teenager, I would, match my crush with me and see if we are compatible. That's about as far as I got. So that kind of answers that question. That was one I was going to touch on later, but I don't really know much about horoscopes. I do believe in them, but that's about as far as it goes. Let's get into some of the categories. So we'll start with the most requested question. I get questions about this all the time, which are my cats. Of course, you've seen them in the background, on the bed over here, or on the floor over here. They're just constantly in the background. And it's so funny because I was thinking about getting a green screen, but then I realized you guys are going to really miss seeing the cats in the background, so I guess I'm not going to do that, but I wish I did have a better background, so maybe I'll work on that in the future, but there's not much I can do. So I have three cats, and I figured let's do this a little bit like an idle guide. So start with Clem. Clem is 10 or 11 years old. I've had him since 2015. His nicknames are Clemmy, Clementine, or Lorge. That will make sense later. He is completely a mama's boy. He's very shy around everyone else, even my boyfriend who lives with me. He's just very shy. He doesn't come out at all unless it's with me. He is always with me. The second I get in bed, whether it's for a nap or to sleep, he is next to me on my pillow. He sleeps above my head, right next to me, or kind of like on my face. Like he just is obsessed with me, and I am obsessed with him. He's anxiety ridden completely. He just is scared of everything. And he has a lot of like bladder and bowel issues. So he has been a bit of a handful, but I love him to death. Is very quiet most of the time. He's very loud when he wants attention from me, but that's about it. Or if he's in pain or something like that, because unfortunately that happens a lot. And he tolerates his brother and sister and my boyfriend and everybody in the planet that isn't me. He just tolerates people. He doesn't interact with them. He doesn't care for anybody except for me. Then we've got Hunter. He is 5 years old. I've had him since 2016. His nicknames are Stupid, Annoying, and Meads. Meads will make sense later. Um, and Stupid and Annoying, that is totally out of love. He just is he's one of those cats, okay? So he loves people, loves attention. The second people come over, he's all over them. He's honestly closer to a dog than a cat. He will greet you at the door if you're a stranger, and he won't leave you alone. So he's great for, people that don't live with him. But for people that live with him, he is absolutely nuts. He never stops running around the house. He is the most annoying in your face cat ever. We love him, obviously, but he's a lot to handle. He is too smart for his own good. He takes good care of his sister, and he would love for his brother to love him a little bit more, but his brother could not care less. And he has become a daddy's boy, so he is all over my boyfriend all the time. My boyfriend can literally do anything to him. Like he turns into the goo. I guess that's another nickname for him. We call him Goo because my boyfriend can just pick him up and he'll just completely dead weight. He just doesn't care. He just loves being around him. And then we've got Princess Peach, her full name. She is 4 years old. I've had her since the end of 2016. Her nicknames are Peaches, Princess, Peachy, Peach, and Small. So if you haven't noticed, we have large, medium, small, large, medium, small, because that is obviously how big to small they are. Peaches, she is very odd, a very odd cat. She has this curly tail. It's naturally curled up against her back and around her side. It's called a bobtail cat gene, and she's very small compared to other cats. Not like a munchkin, but she is just smaller. She was definitely the runt of the litter. She hates hands. She hates them. Do not come at her with hands. You cannot pet her with hands. I can a little bit, but anyone else, she does not like it because she thinks you're going to pick her up, and she doesn't trust that. But she loves feet. So if you put your feet out, you can pet her all day with your feet. You can push her around. You can literally use your foot and just like move her all over the floor. She doesn't care. And she loves to be by herself most of the time, or she's attached at Hunter's hip. So she loves him to death. They cuddle all day, every day. And she just follows him around and learns everything from him, which is so annoying. And she has become a mommy's girl, so she's very loud about it. Recently, she's been, waking me up in the middle of the night just wanting attention. She follows me around in the morning for about an hour or two. She won't let me use the bathroom without her being there, and then Hunter obviously has to be there with her. So she's an interesting one. And I also have a turtle, which you guys, I'm not sure if you knew that or not, but I have a turtle. His name is Link. I've had him since about 2010, 2009, so he's about 11, maybe 12 years old. He is about the size of a small dinner plate, and his name, it comes from the Legend of Zelda series, of course, the main character Link. He has beautiful blue eyes, and he is just adorable. He has super long nails, so when you pick him up, he scratches by accident, but He is one of the fastest turtles I have ever seen. You let him out on the floor and Hunter chases him around, which scares him, but I think they generally get along. But seriously, if you leave him alone for like 2 seconds, you won't be able to find him. He's gone. So that was an introduction to my cats. I love them to death. They are my main personality trait is having them and loving them. And yeah, you'll see them in the background. Now you know who they are. And then I got a question, which was, are you planning on adopting any more cats? I would love to, but no, because I don't have the space. I would absolutely love to. Always love to have 3 cats. I had 2 to 3 cats growing up my entire life, so I've just always been a cat person. But I just don't have a space for another cat, and I feel like 4 cats is too many cats. Okay, let's get into music. So, favorite music genre. My favorite music genre is rock, alternative rock, screamo rock, just anything like that is my favorite. But I do listen to obviously other genres. I like pop music, country music, whatever it is. I'll pretty much listen to anything and I like it. I just love music all together. What's the first song that comes to your mind when you think of your childhood? Why that song specifically? So I thought about this, and every time I think about my childhood, I think about the song Waterfalls by TLC. I don't know why. Like, it's not that Waterfalls specifically applies to my life or anything. I grew up loving that song, and I don't know, I used to sing it all the time. It's one that just brings me back to my childhood. It has that sound of the 90s, early 2000s. If not that, then probably Say You'll Be There by Spice Girls. Still love the Spice Girls, and that song always brings me back again. Has that same kind of sound to it. Don't know why. My favorite song right now. So, I could go group by group, or I could just say overall. Right now, as of recording, it's Bambi or Cry for Love by Baekhyun. And there's also Poison by VAV. I've been listening to those songs pretty much every day. So those are K-pop. But then I also have some songs I always think about being my favorite songs, which are like Lead Me Out of the Dark by Crown the Empire, the untitled track from The Deer Hunter, and just like a lot of other songs that I'm sure have been my favorite songs for like years at this point. So, but I can't think of them right now. Okay, K-pop. K-pop. Why you're here for this channel. What is my favorite TXT song? So obviously this video came out before I did my ranking video, but you can check that out up here. It ended up being Angel or Devil, which I think is pretty accurate, but you can see my top 5, top 20, whatever, how I ranked them in that video. If I were to do a dance cover, which Tomorrow by Together song would I do, and would I actually do it? Dance cover in the future. Oh boy. If I were to do a dance cover, I wouldn't choose a Tomorrow by Together song for sure. Like, it's just too energetic. I don't know about Fairy of Shampoo yet. Like, I'm not sure because I haven't checked them out, but I can't do like energetic dance songs, I don't think. My style of dancing, if I'm actually trying to dance, is more on the like sexy, sensual side, I guess. I don't really know how to express that. Like, I would totally be fine dancing to like Bambi or something like that. But a Tomorrow by Together song is just too hyped up. I thought about it though, and I'm like, maybe Puma or maybe Blue Hour. Like, those ones just seem fun to do. But I would not be good at it. No dance cover coming in the future. Maybe I'll think about it, but that sounds like I would make an absolute fool out of myself because I cannot dance. What do you like the most in a K-pop group? Is it the rap, vocals, or dance? So it is the vocals for sure. Like, it's vocals and concept, I would say. Like, even past the choreography and past rapping, it has to be like the overall concept of what's happening. Like, is there a darker concept? Is it cutesy concept? Like, how are they expressing that? And then vocals, that is like past K-pop groups. If you have an amazing singer, I am sold. You can make not great music and I am sold because I just love singers so much. Rapping, honestly, I used to listen to Eminem. I still listen to Eminem, but that's about it. Like, maybe a couple of others, like count on one hand how many rappers I listen to. So rap, not exactly my favorite thing. I've definitely been warming up to it a lot more with K-pop, but definitely not the thing that I'm into when it comes to K-pop. And choreography is awesome to watch, but I don't need it. If you have good vocals, that's all I need. Is my boyfriend into K-pop? No. I would love for him to be into K-pop. He is very much into rap and rock. Definitely rock, just like me. But I don't know. He has the same feeling as I did when I was entering it, which was I don't know this language, so why am I going to listen to it? He's getting past that a little bit because I showed him Augusti and he loves Suga. He loves Augusti. It was like a 3-month period where all he would play is Deshota and he loved Burn It and Augusti, the song. Like he loves that and BTS's rap line a little bit, but I haven't been able to really get him into anything else. But I would love to have him do something on the channel with me. So if you would like to see me, introduce him to something that we've already seen or test his K-pop knowledge or something like that, let me know down below. And then maybe if you guys are interested in it, I can make him do it. What is a group you've been curious about but haven't checked out yet? So there are many. Like I would love to know all, the major K-pop groups, but specifically like NCT, obviously, because they're just so large and they have subgroups and stuff, and it's so confusing to me, and I would love to just be able to understand how that works. Also, P1 Harmony, I follow them on TikTok, but I haven't actually heard any of their music. They seem really cool. There's one member from Toronto, which is awesome. Newest, and then Day 6 and The Rose, like rock groups I would love to check out. G-Idol seems very interesting. Like the song Oh My God, I've heard a little bit of it like on TikTok and stuff, and that sounds like a really great song. And then, Stray Kids, Monsta X, 17, just the big high level groups up there I would love to check out. What, who, or how did you get into K-pop? So I do have a video about this on my channel. I'll put it up here. It's kind of old at this point. I have my old setup, so the quality isn't as good as this right now, so just a warning if you're interested in that. But basically, I heard Blackpink's, I think it was Do. No, I heard Blackpink's Kill This Love, and I kind of just got into Blackpink, and I was like, that's it, I'm not doing any more. Then I heard Boy With Love from BTS because it was on the radio all the time here. And I liked it. And then I, right after, went to check out their other music and I saw Idol and it was just too much for me. And I was like, I am not interested in this. And I kind of left it like that until I heard Deshota. And then that got me kind of right back in. And then I heard Mic Drop and it was just downhill from there. I spent a month straight watching all of BTS's shows. I'm talking any Korean variety show that they've done, all the run episodes, all the Bon Voyage, In the Soup. I guess that was still airing when I was watching it. I mean, everything from the last 7 years. I watched it all in about a month's time. I went deep and I heard almost all of their music, saw almost all of their music videos, and that's why now doing this channel and having BTS reactions, I try to change it up a little bit because there are things I've heard, but there are still some things that I've kept. I just never really, I don't know, it's weird. I never really ended up listening to some things, so those are first time reactions for this channel. Top 5 favorite K-pop songs or top 5 by group. So TXT, you already know, obviously. EXO, I'm not there yet. And Hypen only has 4 official songs, so I can't really rank those. I guess I could rank them. Given Taken is my favorite by Hypen, but for Blackpink and BTS, it's definitely in no particular order. No particular order. Blackpink, Kick It, Crazy Over You, Kill This Love, Pretty Savage, and Do are my favorites. Those are the ones I listen to the most often and enjoy. And then BTS, there's just so many. But my top ones, I guess, Love Maze, Jamais Vu, On, Shadow, and Disease are again songs that I really enjoy. But there's so many. That was really hard to make that list, and I feel like it definitely isn't that accurate. Other than Love Maze being my favorite, I think that's one of my absolute favorite BTS songs, and I don't think that will change. Top 3 island performances. So I had to rewatch, of course, all of the island performances before making this video. And I would say the one-of-a-kind dance performances, both of them for both units, for both the Island and Grounders were my favorites, as well as Flicker, Dive Into You, and then the final Into the Island version with everybody in that final episode. I was bawling. I was like, oh, this is so perfect. I might rewatch Island on Patreon. I'm not sure. I haven't announced my Patreon yet, but that's something I'm thinking about doing. I think it would be cool now that I know the group members and I've already experienced it to kind of go back. I don't know yet, but yeah, I watch some Island moments all the time just to like remind myself. I don't know, it's such a good show. When did you become an Army Engine MOA? So I kind of already touched on this a little bit. Army, I guess it was officially when I became an Army, it was June of 2020, around then when I really started getting into BTS. And then all the rest you have seen. So, you know, I became an engine on this channel around November when they debuted, and then a MOA in January of 2021. And hopefully I am going to fall in love with more groups. So I'm excited to check out more in the future. Who is your EXO bias? Again, a video up here where I announce it, but it is Kyungsoo Dio. He is my bias, but I am just getting wrecked hard every single day, especially by Chanyeol and Baekhyun, like, and Xiumin, and I'm just getting wrecked. But Kyungsoo needs to release that new music so I can come back to him because he is my top. He is one of my favorite vocalists. I haven't even heard everything, obviously, that EXO and he has to offer, but he is one of my favorite vocalists of all time. And now you know, vocals are my thing, so that explains that, as well as his personality. When choosing a bias from a group, what do you base it on? Is it their vocals, personality, or something else that draws you in? It's kind of complicated because I would say for Lisa of Blackpink, it was her like killing moment in Kill This Love when she popped open the door, she started rapping, she was drop dead gorgeous, like I just fell in love with her. And then I figured out her personality and it was just so quirky and I loved it. Jungkook's same thing-ish. I didn't notice him much in the music videos, but the second I started watching Run, his personality caught me, which is so funny because a lot of people say like his personality was more reserved and everything, and they didn't notice him as much in the early Run episodes. But I don't know, like he just seemed very similar to me at that moment. And Jay, again, not I didn't notice him in Give and Taken, but I did notice him in the choreography and the killing moments, and then it was their personality. So it's hard to say. It's a mix for sure of like vocals. If you have great vocals, like Kyungsoo is a great example, I can't deny how good your vocals are. But it does come down to like in some way looks and in some way personality. Like it's kind of just a mixture of both. And you know, people that I think that I could be friends with or something like that, it's they say, I've mentioned this before, but they say that your bias is the person that is most like you in personality, and your bias wrecker is the person you're more attracted to, which has been like on and off for different groups, but is kind of accurate. Like I feel like they can mix in both, but yeah, I don't know how I choose exactly. It's just whatever I'm feeling, whoever captures my attention and then can hold it with their personality. Okay, getting away from K-pop, let's get into my hobby/personal life. So we'll start with, how many tattoos do you have? I counted before because I never remember. I have 30 tattoos right now, and I have 11 to 16 piercings because the piercings in my ears, I don't know why I'm showing you, there's no earrings in there. I have 3 on each lobe, and then I have some more on my like upper ears and a bunch of different piercings. But some of them have closed up over the pandemic, so 11 for sure, 16 if you count some of them that have just closed up. I have some roses, I have a Studio Ghibli tattoo, I have a Perks of Being a Wallflower tattoo, I have a lot of different tattoos. I'd be happy to show you them all if you want in another video that's probably shorter because I can actually just talk about my tattoos. Just let me know. Do you have any siblings? If yes, describe him or her in 3 words. Complicated. I have half siblings. I have 8 younger half siblings. I don't know them all that well. I know the eldest a little bit, but I can't describe them exactly. I haven't spent that much time with them. That's a complicated situation, but I do have siblings. Have you ever cried during a film? If yes, which one? Recently, because I don't know, as I'm getting older, I'm just starting to cry at the drop of a hat. I don't do it too much on this channel. It's something about being on camera. I don't cry as much, but like if I'm watching something on my own, I'm crying. I literally have watched people react to BTS and fall in love and started crying because I'm just so happy. It's so weird. So recently I saw someone reacting to Dirty Dancing and I was crying. I have cried at The Walking Dead when a certain character died, which I won't spoil, but it was back in what, season 4 or season 5. I haven't watched since then that it affected me that much. I used to love The Walking Dead and I just couldn't go on after that. Shameless is a show that I cry at a lot. And Until We Meet Again is a BL Thai drama that was incredible and had me bawling. A lot of BLs have me bawling. So movie, I'm not exactly sure. I guess Dirty Dancing, but I'm just crying. I'm over here crying. Okay, sorry, moving on. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? I live in Canada. I live in Toronto. I would love to stay in Canada, in Toronto. I love my city. But like I don't think I could live in South Korea or Japan or Europe or America. I don't think I could live anywhere but here, honestly. But when I was growing up, I always wanted to live in California. And then I had a period of time where I wanted to live in South Korea, obviously. A period of time where I wanted to live in Japan or London. Like, you know, the big cities where, as a foreigner to those places, they just look like the way that they're portrayed is very fancy, has all this culture or all these things to do and see, and it's different from here. But I don't think I would live anywhere else but Canada. Maybe British Columbia, which is on the complete opposite side of the country. But I also wouldn't want to live in somewhere hot. Like I love the cold. So Canada is good for me. What is your Hogwarts house? So I was supposed to make a video on this for MOAs and I am still doing that, but I haven't gotten around to it. I've just gotten sidetracked. I am a Ravenclaw. I have a tattoo here that says "Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure." Obviously a quote from Miss Luna Lovegood. And I've always been a Ravenclaw. I've never really gotten anything else. I think I got Gryffindor once and Hufflepuff once, but my Pottermore house is Ravenclaw, and most quizzes I take is Ravenclaw. What's my favorite Harry Potter character? I always have a soft spot for Lupin and Tonks, but I guess it's Hagrid. It's Hagrid, come on. If anything ever happened to Hagrid, I would have lost my shit, okay? Dobby was a thing, but Hagrid must protect at all costs. Favorite books and book genres. So I haven't read in a while, which is a freaking shame. I have books everywhere and I just keep buying them and not reading them. I just can't like sit myself down. There's too much stuff on the internet. It's just that's the issue. But my favorite author is Kelly Armstrong. She is also from Ontario, Canada, and she has the series called The Women of the Otherworld, and I've read that series multiple times over. I love it so much. There was a show uh that only got one season and it was pretty good, but they canceled that, so that sucks. I read all of her books. That is like a supernatural, like werewolves and stuff like that, but that's not normally what I read. I guess I kind of read the same kind of movies I watch, which are like teen teen books, like coming of age stuff, or it's really hard to put a genre on it. I guess it's young adult fiction. I don't know if I'll ever grow out of that, but that's mostly what I read. Some mysteries, I guess, and some romance, but overall, it's not like a specific genre. I just don't like fantasy that much, like crazy fantasy with dragons and everything, which I know is weird because I like Harry Potter, but and I love the Harry Potter books. But things like that, like Lord of the Rings, all that type of fantasy isn't for me at all. So I hope that helps answer the question. I don't know if it did. I kind of started just rambling. If I can think of some of my other specific books I love, I will put them right here. Okay, what is your MBTI personality type? So I did the quiz for this. It's ISFP or ISTP. I go back and forth, but mostly ISFP, I guess, which I think is pretty accurate. Introverted, mix of thoughts and feelings. I didn't look into it that much. I don't know if there's any idols with that personality type. You can let me know down below. Yeah, I didn't really, I read it once and then I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. Have you watched any K-dramas, and if so, which one is your favorite? Is your first and your favorite of all time? So, yes and no. I've watched, I think, a couple of Korean BLs. If you don't know what BLs are, they're boy love dramas. I don't know why they're so appealing to me, but I just love seeing this different perspective on a romantic story that we don't usually get to see. And it's always very dramatic, very acted very well. I've been mostly interested in the Thai ones, but I think a couple of Korean ones have slipped in there. I have just been watching them all the time. Other than that, no, I haven't really watched any K-dramas or any other foreign films or dramas at all. I'm hoping to do that soon with you guys. What are some of my hobbies or interests outside of K-pop? What kind of things make me happy or smile? Which I love how that question was phrased. I love playing video games. I love reading, even though I haven't done it in a while. I do enjoy cooking. I just hate the cleaning part. So, mixed bag there. I love baking. I do love baking, even if I have to clean up. I do love to bake. I like to write, another thing that I haven't done in a little bit, unfortunately, but I do like writing. I used to write stories all the time, but it's kind of, I have this one story in my head that's been in my head for 5, 6 years, and I have written maybe 5 pages. So I just keep stopping myself. I don't know why. My motivation sucks. I also like, obviously, listening to music, hanging out with my friends, sleeping. Honestly, best hobby, sleeping. I love sleeping. What's my favorite video game? My favorite video game is The Legend of Zelda. My favorite one out of that series is Twilight Princess, but I love the entire series. Zelda is my first love, for sure. Transcends K-pop or anything else I will ever get into. I could recite you all of Zelda's history. I am a huge Nintendo fan in general, Mario, Zelda, whatever, but Zelda is my safe space. So anytime, like, I can't express to you how much I love Zelda. I will have a full sleeve of Zelda tattoos one day. So, but I also like playing Binding of Isaac and The Sims. So, what's your favorite movie and TV show? So, favorite movie, I made a huge list. I realize I love a lot of movies. You're gonna see a pattern here because my top favorite movies are Romeo and Juliet, Catch Me If You Can, Basketball Diaries, Django Unchained, The Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic. All Leonardo DiCaprio movies. Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor of all time. I've seen pretty much every movie, but Romeo and Juliet is definitely one of my top movies. Then, of course, we've got like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Holes, The Notebook, Boyhood. Boyhood, it was so good. 8 Mile, Now You See Me, The Labyrinth, like 80s movie, not great movie to actually watch, but definitely important for my childhood, and I rewatch it all the time. Harry Potter, Twilight, I still love Twilight, The Hunger Games, like whatever, I'm not gonna be ashamed of it. 50 First Dates, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Rocky Horror, Ready Player One, Bring It On series, Step It Up series, I love watching people sing and dance. Burlesque, Greatest Showman. Tangled, Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie of all time. Spirited Away, Push, Slumdog Millionaire, Stargate, Forrest Gump, The Time Traveler's Wife, Sleepy Hollow, Dead Poets Society, best Robin Williams movie, Titus, best movie based on a Shakespearean play, Perks of Being a Wallflower, like I said, I have a tattoo of it, I love the book, I love the movie, Breakfast Club, Stand By Me, Adventureland, Scott Pilgrim. Did I have to tell you all that? No, but did you learn a little bit more about me? Yes. My favorite shows are One Tree Hill, Shameless, and Death Note. Death Note I watch once a year at least. I literally can't get enough of Death Note. One Tree Hill as well. I watch that probably every couple of years. Why did I choose English literature? So, for those of you that don't know, I have a degree in English and a degree in history. So I have already kind of went over this a little bit, but I have written stories before, like I just nothing published obviously, but I've always loved reading. I've always loved writing, especially writing. I did that before I even like started getting into reading too much. And I've always wanted to publish a book. I always wanted to be an author. That's like the goal. I don't know how realistic that is now with, I don't know, just things going on in life and motivating yourself and putting yourself just sitting down and writing. I wish I could have like a month that I just went away from all computers and stuff and just sat there and wrote for a month straight. I think that would be great. But I just don't do it. And then I have this like fascination with history. I've mentioned before that I take Wikipedia dives. Like I just go on Wikipedia and read about anything. I mean, I had spent 3 hours reading about trees, different like trees. Like I just love history and learning about different parts of the world and different things that I normally wouldn't be interested in. So that goes into reading, that goes into history. I just always wanted to have an English degree. So I ended up going to school for English. And then partway through in my second year of university, they started offering an English and history double major program. And so I got accepted for that and completed the remaining 2 years as a English and history double major. So I have that degree, Bachelor of the Arts. I never went back for like whatever the next step would be, but hopefully one day in the future, I'm not exactly sure. What would you say are the highlights of 2020 or 2021, no matter how big or small they are? I would say one of the highlights of 2020 is finding K-pop and starting this channel. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am actually very shy in real life. Unless I know you for a little bit, I'm pretty quiet. I don't talk too much. I don't have like a huge group of friends or anything like that. So this was great for me because whenever I tried to talk about BTS or K-pop or whatever, no one really cared. So that's why I wanted to start this channel so I could have people that I could talk to about it. And I really enjoyed reaction channels because they made me happy seeing other people fall in love with things. And so I wanted to kind of do that for other people, and I wanted to be there if anyone needed to talk. So one of the highlights for sure is starting this channel because it just opened up so many new things for me and made me a little bit more confident. I mean, there's just a lot of good that came from here, and it all has to do with you guys. So thank you for that. And highlights of 2021, I don't know. I guess there's so much more, the year has just started, so I'm not exactly sure if there's a specific highlight. Obviously, I became a MOA and I discovered EXO, and I'm getting into more groups, and my channel hit 1,000 subscribers. That's all amazing things, and I'm sure there will be more. And I know it's all related to my channel, but like this has been something I've dedicated myself to a lot, which I did not think would happen. I really thought that this whole YouTube thing and reacting I would do for a couple of months and then quit because that's what I do usually. I start something and then I stop after a while. It's something I really struggle with. But you guys have definitely motivated me to keep going, and I don't have any plans to stop because I'm enjoying myself so much, and talking to you guys makes my day every day. And going off of that, we have a little bit more YouTube stuff. So, was there a time while editing your videos you got so tired you never got to finish editing or posting that video, or just have not enjoyed the video enough to post it at the end? So, being tired when editing is fine because usually I can come back to it the next day. But a video I haven't enjoyed enough, yes, only two that I can think of. There was Rosé's on the ground performances. I feel like that whole video that I recorded, I just wasn't enjoying it that much. I don't know why, but I still have it and I haven't edited it. I didn't even do an outro for that video. I just was like, I'm not putting this out. And that's where I left it. And then there was also that video, I forget what song it is, but it's Jin, Suga, and RM way back, like pre-debut, I guess. And RM has dreads. And I was doing that video back when I first started my channel, and I was just so, I'm not supportive of the dreads, and I didn't really feel like I had anything interesting to say other than how I didn't like it. So I just deleted that video. I mean, maybe it's still there, but I didn't post it. So it might be on my computer, but I wasn't interested in just putting that out into the world. I feel like I would have gotten a lot of hate You know, there's always people with differing opinions, which is fine. But I just didn't want to put that video out there. And then the final question I have here is, what is the hardest thing about doing YouTube? It's weird. Okay. On a lighter note, the hardest thing is I don't wear makeup at all in real life. I did a lot in high school, but since high school I haven't. And I put on eyeliner, sometimes foundation, sometimes lipstick for every video pretty much. And I I hate wasting it. Like I only wear it for a couple of hours and I feel like I'm wasting my makeup. So that's hard. Making myself actually look decent for videos is hard because I just stay in my pajamas all day. And then the other hardest thing is, I guess, watching. I mean, it's difficult because, like you guys know, I'm more here for you guys than I am for views and money and blah 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 blah. But it is hard seeing other reactors who I know don't really give a shit get like 20,000 views on their first video within like a day, because everyone just is like, oh my god, you're reacting to BTS. It's usually BTS. And it's especially like in that Dynamite era, when everyone was reacting to Dynamite, and it's just like so many fake people that were just doing it for views and money and whatever. So it's hard just like seeing that, and then, you know, I don't want to, but you have to compare yourself to other people. And I'm like, oh, my video didn't blow up like that. It's fine. It's really fine. It's something I think about like once and then it's gone. But it is hard to put in a lot of effort and then sometimes just doubt yourself. Like, are you doing enough? What went wrong in this video? Why did that person, uh, explode with views and love and whatever, when they don't actually care? And like I can tell, I feel like most people can, but there are some reactors out there that are great, and there are some reactors out there that are just in it for something else, and it sucks. And honestly, one of the other hardest parts about doing it was when I was first starting. Like, I first of all started this channel as a let's play channel. I was going to play games. I still would love to do that, but I don't think there's that much interest in it. And then I had to switch gears because that wasn't working. And I was like, you know what? I just got into this K-pop thing. Why don't I start doing that? And then watching those videos get the views from my friends and family. And it was kind of disheartening. But then things changed, and that was very, very cool. But it was definitely hard at the beginning, like I said, not to just kind of give up on it. I kind of dedicated myself to, I'm going to finish all of BTS's discography and then I'm going to be done with this channel. But then Hypen came along, Tomorrow by Together came along, more ARMY came along to this channel, and things changed. So I don't want to be too much of a downer, but it has been a little bit difficult. I am lucky enough that I haven't gotten too many hate comments. I got one. I've only ever gotten one comment that was literally just trolling on my video, and I saved it and I laughed at it and I showed all my friends and I said, I finally made it. Somebody hates me. And I was just like, whatever. That was months and months back, and it was just so stupid. They were just like, don't show your face next time. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to delete you. Like, I don't censor comments here. Like, I don't want to delete your freedom of speech. But if you're just here to say bullshit, fuck off. Like, I'm just gonna delete it. It doesn't matter. But again, that's only ever happened once, where I've gotten a comment that is specifically like, there's nothing to respond to other than, like, there's nothing to criticize about the comment. There's no discussion to be had. I would love to discuss anything in the comments that people disagree with, but it was just trolling, and I don't think there's a place for that on my channel. Okay, so that is all the questions I had. I hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely tried not to ramble too much, so I was talking quite quickly, and I ended up rambling anyways, but I got through them all, and I thank you guys so much for leaving those questions and for watching this video and for being interested in me or in my channel or my content or whatever it is. And I love you guys so much. I hope you really know that, because I want to be here for you as much as you guys are here for me. I don't really know how to end this video, so I'm just going to end it here. Let me know some of your answers to the questions down below. I would love to hear them. Let me know if you have any comments or questions following that, and I'll let you know, and I'll respond to you in the comments. And thank you so much. I hope you all have a great day. I will see you in the next video.